Hello, and welcome to the sample introduction for home organizing for all stages. In my webinar, that you can keep an eye out for soon, we will discuss the barriers that keep us from organizing our lives and the methods we can use to learn and grow into the more organized people we want to be. So, who am I to tell you how to organize your home? Well, my name is Liberty Ilg, and for one, I own Daydream Studios, a business dedicated to home organizing and design services, and I am the head organizer that manages all of our projects. Through my services, my clients learn habits and routines that help them maintain organized spaces even long after our sessions have ended. And together, we learn and address what individual struggles can make it easy to fall back into chaos. Usually, when we notice our need to get organized, we have two paths. One is that we keep going on in that chaotic way that keeps us exhausted and overwhelmed. And the other is that we finally make a change and see something different for ourselves. No matter what stage you are starting in, organizing is absolutely achievable. And there is always a way to build habits and find methods that will work for you. In an effort of seeking balance, we have to acknowledge that we live in a world with a crisis of stuff. And you're not alone if you feel like that crisis is always at your doorstep. There is seemingly always a mountain of junk mail, impulse purchases, or things we bought for a single purpose that never happened. I speak more on this in the full webinar, but the biggest takeaway is that as a society, we have a growing demand for storage just to hold on to our stuff. Sometimes, when we make payments on our homes, it feels more like we're paying for an expensive storage unit in our living rooms. If you've ever had to step over baskets overflowing with things or tear down a leaning stack of boxes, that's the kind of cramped storage method that doesn't leave us much room for growth. I discuss 3 barriers in the full webinar that keep us feeling overwhelmed and like there's nowhere to start. But according to James Clear in Atomic Habits, you should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than your current results. And since you have made the effort to take this first step to getting organized, you are primed and ready to nudge your path right where you want it to go. There are 4 steps that you can always go back to whenever you're feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to start. Prioritize, categorize, downsize, and reorganize. And in the full webinar, we dive into just how to get started and to stick to the path that leads you to having a functional and wonderfully organized home. So, we have discussed the 2 common paths that you can take when you're feeling overwhelmed by clutter: the crisis of stuff that demands more and more storage out of our finite spaces, and the steps to achieve an organized home. There is so much more to come, and I can't wait to see you in the full webinar that's coming out soon.